painted dogs. And these African painted dogs are extremely successful hunters. And they're successful up to about 90% of the time. Some of the highest success rates in the wild. Now the whole reason why they're so successful is because they really understand and really do value the importance of working together as a team to accomplish a common goal. Now they do have a variation of communication patterns. They'll either run in circles, bark at each other, or use their sneezes to convey a message. And over on the left-hand side are the sable antelopes. Now these sable antelopes might look a little bit familiar, and that's because they are the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and that's through their resiliency. Whenever they're faced with a problem, a threat, or a challenge, instead of backing down and running away, they prefer to stand their ground and kind of stick up for themselves, which I think is a really great reminder that we should also be sticking up for these animals. Because unfortunately, a majority that we're seeing throughout our safari are going through what's called a silent extinction, which means that they're going to extinct right under our noses. So it's very important for us to work together as a team and help these animals out. Now also up ahead on the left-hand side, I am noticing some Maasai giraffes. Looks like they're entering and exiting through those bushes. But we are also getting closer to those wildebeest as well as the Ankole cattle. Now for these wildebeest, try to look at their eyes. They're beautiful, beautiful, deep golden color, but they're also perfectly positioned to allow them to see the ground where they're grazing, while also allowing them to be able to see us as well. And they also have the cutest big little nose that's very flat and allows them to get really close to the ground, keeping this lawn absolutely perfectly mowed. And those Ankole cattle, also known as the Watusi cattle, named after people that first domesticated them in Africa. Little sweetie pie. They have these huge horns that might look pretty heavy and annoying, but they're actually fairly lightweight. And that's because the interior of those horns is a honeycomb-like structure. Also inside those horns are some blood vessels, so they're able to pump all the way up to the tip of the horn, and once it comes traveling back down, that blood will be cooled off, thus cooling off the whole entire Ankole cow. It's almost like their own personal AC systems. And the Maasai giraffe, probably one of the easier animals to find on our safari, and that's just due to their height. Once fully grown, they'll be about 20 feet tall, and their babies are about 6 feet tall once first born. Now, a group of giraffes is called a tower, and a group of traveling giraffes is called a journey. We may also notice their tongue. It's a darkish bluish, blackish, purplish color, and it's called a prehensile tongue, which means to grab and grip. So they're able to grab and grip all of those leaves from the top of the trees, while also being able to pull some roots from the ground. Now, if you look at your grown-ups' forearms, from their fingertips to their elbows, that's rough.